Next up is our friends from St. James and St. George's in Jermyn.
Hi, my name is Christine McGeechee, and I'm the clerk of the vestry at St. James and George Church in Jermyn, Pennsylvania. Will I be having a slide? Oh, thank you. I'd like to say thank you to the bishop and the diocesan staff that planned this event and for giving us this opportunity to showcase the assets of our parish. I'm sure many congregations in our diocese feel the same way, and they're as excited as we are to just be here and do this. I hope this presentation will show any prospective priests who we are and what we're looking for. Our hope is that this answers all your questions and you might have regarding our hopes for a positive future of our parish. You can go to the next slide, please. Our first slide, as you can see, is a little bit about who we are as a congregation. I won't read it word for word, but I would like to highlight some of the items on this slide. We are in Jermyn, Pennsylvania, which is in the northern part of Lackawanna County. Jermyn itself has a population of about 2,100 people. However, most of our congregation lives in the neighboring towns. Secondly, we are pretty unified as a congregation. Of course, we have our differences, but we're always willing to have courageous conversations that lead us to understanding our differences. Our vestry is highly motivated to get stuff done, and I believe that we get stuff done pretty quickly. Our meetings usually last around an hour, and we seem to get a lot done. We have active participation in areas necessary to maintain our church community. We have cleaning teams and grass cutting schedules and everything to keep the maintenance of our building up. We're highly motivated to have at least 3 fundraising opportunities each year. We try to do, mostly we do dinners, a pasta dinner and a roast beef dinner. But of course, COVID has made it a little hard for us to do that this year. And we're hoping to be in full force next year. Lastly, we're known for reaching out to our neighbors in the community. Many of our community members in our community know who we are. I was recently told by a parishioner of a local Roman Catholic church that she knows that no matter who you are, you can go to the Episcopal Church and be welcomed. Well, that made me feel really good. And I thought, wow, that's really a great thing that someone knows they can come to our church and be welcome to be part of our community there. And our dinners draw the local crowd, our pasta dinner and our famously delicious roast beef dinner. Since we're churches across from a Veterans Memorial Park, we have a nice Veterans Day service and we offer the building for that event. We also do an Earth Day event. We're close to the Lackawanna Heritage Trail, so we do a little cleanup there, and we meet at the church after for a nice brown bag lunch, and we have fellowship. The major thing about these events is not only are they talked about in our community and enjoyed by everyone, but they also help us to bond as a parish family in times other than worship on a Sunday. Next slide, please. This slide represents a few of our strengths. We are financially sound. I think that is due to our giving parishioners who are always willing to help out financially, spiritually, and physically. And during COVID, our finances stayed steady, which was great. Many members of our congregation are professionals in the community, and we have a diverse, talented congregation. We have engineers, bankers, auto mechanics, teachers, school bus drivers, nurses, just to mention a few. And although a lot of them are retired, they are a wealth of knowledge and skills. Next is so many of our outreach programs that we do are not listed on this slide, but I thought I'd talk about a few other ones that aren't listed. Our biggest is our food pantry. We partner with Friends of the Poor and the Weinberg Food Bank to bring this food to northeastern part of Lackawanna County. We have a community meal the last Saturday of each month. During COVID, we didn't have that, but we just started back this last month, and we did it as like a takeout community meal. We do have an angel tree at Christmas for less fortunate children. We have a Sock It To Me campaign where we collect socks for the local homeless shelter. We have a Thanksgiving basket drive for the United Neighborhood Centers in Scranton, and we collect tabs for cancer patients. We do the Super Bowl of Caring for our local soup kitchen in February, and there's many more. And if something is not on the list, we give our parishioners a chance to give to their favorite charity by donating 2% of our pledges to local organizations every quarter. And finally, we are musically blessed. We have a lot of musical talent in our congregation. We have a violinist who's there most Sundays, and we have a full-time organist. Although during COVID, we only had a cantor, we hope to build up our choir and we do have an active choir director. Next slide, please. This slide shows some of our challenges. I'm sure most of our fellow congregations face some of the same challenges. Of course, we need to find a priest. That's a pretty big challenge. And we understand our situation, and we hope that he can address our needs. We need to try to attract a younger crowd. We have people to teach our students, but we have hardly any. We do have Wi-Fi and a computer. It's harder each year to nurture to our congregants. We feel like we have to try to welcome our people who have left to come back and hopefully attract new people in the process. And also there are a few other items on this slide that we need to nurture. Next slide, please. This slide shows who we are seeking as a priest. We listed some of our needs in the previous slides, but we are hoping to find someone who meets our following needs. To be a spiritual guide. What does that mean? Well, to us, it means not just interesting and challenging sermons, although that is a plus, but also someone who lives what they preach. We feel like your actions speak louder than words. Number two is have the ability to collaborate and work well with others. That's pretty self-explanatory. Three, envision ways to reach out to the larger community. We'd like a friendly face in our community. As shown in our previous slides, we are a member of the Mid-Valley Ministerium and would love to be represented by a priest in the ministerium events. Next, we are open-minded to new ideas to help the church grow. We understand that we need to find ways and progress so that we can attract new members. Next, we need that person to be well-rounded. A great communicator, that's a plus for us. And last, we are asking for a part-time priest. And we realize that this is what's happening in a lot of the congregations, and therefore we're willing to share our partner with another congregation who might need a part-time priest. And that's what we need. So I'd like to thank you for your time and hope that this tells you a little bit about who we are as a congregation. I would like to end with our mission statement: to love as Jesus loves. And I hope that comes across on our profile. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.